Good day, everybody. I'm Shmi, and I make guides for Path of Exile's Ruthless mode. If you're enjoying the content, please hit that like button, and feel free to subscribe if you'd like to see more. Today, I'm back to show you all how to effectively and efficiently use the new Affliction mechanic. First, I need to make this clear. In Ruthless, Affliction is not the same as Sentinel, not at all. Sentinel League led to constant farming of rare and powerful items. I remember that in the Sentinel Toda event, I had something like +6 to all spells when I was around level 50. It was obnoxious. That doesn't happen with Affliction, at the very least not with Ruthless Affliction. If you try to farm Affliction in Ruthless mode, you're just gonna die. A lot. In Ruthless, Affliction is not a constantly farm insane gear kind of mechanic, but rather a quest mechanic to develop a powerful secondary passive tree. And even though it was all just nerfed in a hotfix, that quest system is still incredibly difficult. The key to Affliction in Ruthless is simply unlocking your ascendancies as quickly and efficiently as possible. And here's how you do it. On your character, do not enter the Affliction portals until Act 2. It's just not worth it. You can see here that I farm this, and even when you do succeed, when you return to Rayclast, the empowered monsters that you get are hilariously and tremendously difficult. The Wisps also have a habit of prioritizing unique enemies when they empower monsters in Rayclast. Put these two things together, and it means that if you try to farm Affliction League, you will be constantly fighting against bosses that are virtually impossible to kill, but each and every one of them will be able to kill you in one hit. Add on a life regen or life leech mod to that monster, and then they really will be impossible to kill. There's one thing that is worth farming at lower levels, though, and that is the Chittering Egg encounter that you can find by following purple wisps. These things are just insane. The amount of currency, and not just any currency, but high-level currency that you can get from these is ridiculous. You can also farm a lot of skill gems, and I'm not sure which is the case. Either I got unlucky when I was recording this to make this video, or they drastically nerfed the amount of support gems that you can obtain. I'm not sure which, but the rewards are still just stellar. What you should do is just level your character normally up until you get to the wetlands in Act 2. At this point, you can enter the Wildwood, and the only thing that you're looking for is your chosen warden. If you want the Warden of Eve so that you can take the Oath of the Magi, follow the yellow wisps. If you're looking for the Breaker of Oaths to become a Warlock of the Mists, follow the purple wisps. And if you are looking for the Primal Huntress to become a Wildwood Primalist, follow the blue wisps. It may take a few attempts, but you'll find them pretty quickly. This is not something that you should be regularly farming. It's just a quest system for us to grab that ascendancy. When they do start offering quests later on to unlock those additional ascendancy points, my advice is to never ever do those encounters on level. Here's some footage of my level 75. He can do tier 4-5 maps pretty easily at this point. And he's getting absolutely positively blasted in a level 66 Wildwood. You can go down around 10 levels before the portals to the Wildwood no longer spawn, but even then, it's going to be more difficult than the content at your current level. Always do what you can to outlevel these areas as much as possible. Also note that lag is a big problem in the Wildwood. There's a lot of graphical stuff that I think still is getting cleaned up in terms of the game code. You're in extremely tight spaces. The enemies deal gigantic amounts of damage, especially damage that is very spiky chaos damage. And even just one small lag spike will mean death. If you wouldn't farm Delve on a character, you shouldn't be leveling them in this league. For us Ruthless players, this presents a pretty nasty complication. The league mechanic will have a drastic effect on your power level, and if you don't have a really solid tanky build, then your progression overall will suffer. In fact, as I've been thinking about this, I've come to realize that the main I chose was not a good idea. Plus, apparently the all damage can poison tincture effect is common and easy to obtain in Ruthless. of all the things, I assumed that was the one thing that they would take away. So I was wrong about that, I guess. And it's so easy to obtain that I already have one, and I'm getting ready to swap to a new main. I'll likely have to take another day off posting videos so that I can prep for this, but what you're going to get will be my best guide that I could come up with for a tanky and obnoxiously large health pool character that can also dish out all that high poison damage that we can get because of these tinctures. You'll have that coming up soon. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, take care, Exiles.